So, to create combustion in a diesel cylinder, several events must take place. We saw that air must be compressed to create high temperature and pressure. Then fuel must be injected for combustion to occur. Pressure from combustion pushes the piston down, creating power. In addition to the events of compression, injection, combustion, and power, two other events must take place in the cylinder if the operating cycle is to continue. There must be an intake event, which delivers fresh air to the cylinder, and there must be an exhaust event, which allows the exhaust gases to escape. A two-stroke diesel can perform all of these basic events: intake, compression, injection, combustion, power, and exhaust for every two strokes of the piston. Let's see how by looking at this simplified illustration of a two-stroke diesel. Its basic components include a cylinder, a piston, air intake ports, an air blower, an exhaust valve, and a fuel injector. It also contains a connecting rod and a crankshaft, which is housed in a crankcase. If we go through the normal operating cycle in slow motion, we see that the intake event begins with the air blower. The air blower forces air through air intake ports into the cylinder. Compression starts as the piston begins its upstroke. As the piston moves up into the cylinder, it blocks the air intake ports. Since there is no path for the air to escape, it's compressed. Just before the piston reaches the top of its upstroke, fuel is injected into the compressed air. As the piston reaches the top of its upstroke, compression is completed and the fuel ignites. Power begins as combustion occurs. The expanding combustion gases force the piston down. Before the downstroke is completed, exhaust starts. The exhaust valve opens and exhaust gases escape from the cylinder. The downstroke is completed when the piston returns to the bottom of the cylinder. This uncovers the air intake ports, allowing air to enter the cylinder again. The incoming air helps clear the cylinder of any remaining exhaust gases. The exhaust valve closes as the piston covers the intake ports on its upstroke. The upstroke of the piston that compresses the air is called the compression stroke. The downstroke of the piston that is caused by combustion is called the power stroke. The power stroke supplies power to turn the crankshaft. The operating cycle of a two-stroke diesel engine consists of a power stroke and a compression stroke. The cycle may be repeated many times per minute. Since all the events required to complete the operating cycle must occur during the two strokes of a two-stroke diesel, some of these events will overlap. For instance, you saw that the air intake event overlapped the exhaust event, allowing fresh air to help remove any remaining exhaust gases from the cylinder.